Hey guys, RTT back here for another video. Guys, today we're looking at a super awesome application. Now, this was actually brought to me from a commenter called I am Ados. I think I'm saying your name incorrectly. I'm sorry, my man. But this is actually how you turn either your Galaxy Fold 3 or your Surface Zero 1 or 2 into an actual external display. But it's a lot more than just an external display. I'll go ahead and show off what I'm talking about. So starting off right away, this actually lets you be able to do this through Wi-Fi or through a USB-C port. I've tested both methods and Wi-Fi works perfectly fine for me. So if you're using this and it doesn't work well for you, try a USB-C to a USB port. That might do a little bit better for you. But starting off how this actually looks, if you guys can see, use your Android device as a monitor for Windows 10. Now it says free trial, try before you buy, because yes, it does actually cost money. Now, it used to cost $15, now it costs $10 for the whole entire application for life. You don't have to pay any other money than that $10. Now, the cool thing about this is whether you use the S Pen or the Surface Pen, you can actually turn this into an external monitor plus a touch screen. Guys, it's really, really awesome. So it does have 60 plus hertz display using a USB-C cable, which is awesome. A scale, rotate, gestures, all that kind of good stuff. So right here it does say 3-day trial and then $15 lifetime. It's actually going to be less than that because it's only $10. So we're going to open this up. First off, what you're going to see is it connects right to my display without any hassle at all. Now, the reason why is because you have to go ahead and go on your computer and download this application called SuperDisplay application. Once you go ahead and download that on your computer, you're going to go ahead and go to connect via Wi-Fi. And once you do that, once this does open up, you will see there actually will be a Wi-Fi code. You go ahead and put that IP into your connect to via Wi-Fi. The little prompt box comes up. You put that IP in there, and it connects instantly. Now, when you are switching devices, say I switch from a Galaxy Fold 3 over to a Surface Duo, you do have to reset that device, whatever you're switching to. So there's 3 different options you have when you are using this. First off, you have your touchscreen one. You also have your locked one, and then you have your cropped one. So if I go ahead and switch over, right, and let's say, for example, I take this bad boy right here, I can literally just, like an external display, no issue at all, just move it over to the Galaxy Fold 3. No hassle at all, no latency, no nothing. If I want to go ahead and zoom in, all I do is just zoom in like this. As long as I'm in the cropped one right there, I can zoom in, zoom out. And let's say I like this orientation. Well, just go ahead and hit that button twice, and now it's locked. If I move back and forth, nothing happens. While I can still go ahead and move my actual mouse and keyboard up and down. And keep in mind, because your mouse and keyboard is connected to your PC, it's not connected to your phone. It works so fluently and effortlessly. And if I want to, I can even zoom out like you could on a PC or like a web page. This is literally an external monitor, just like normal. Now, the cool thing about this is if I go ahead and go over to this mode right here, this is the touchscreen mode. So this lets me be able to actually go ahead and interact with it. Let me go ahead and let me move this around. Also, guys, just a side note here, you can actually turn it vertically, horizontally, all that kind of good stuff, which is freaking awesome. And let me not mess this up. But now we go ahead and switch over to touch mode. This is when I can go ahead and actually start using it as a touchscreen. So use it as pretty much my actual cell phone, which is what's really cool about this is you have an external display that's a touchscreen display. This is actually really cool for people who are graphic designers. All right, so now switching over, if we go ahead and move over Photoshop, this is actually a really cool feature. So I set this over to touch, right? Now I can actually use my S Pen because it's actually a touch screen. So let's go ahead and actually zoom in here, and let's actually see this picture a lot bigger. Now, let's say, for example, I want to give myself a mustache. All I have to do is go ahead and use my S Pen, and now I can give myself a little mustache, right? So I can draw anything I want anywhere on this display with my actual S Pen. And instead of using like a mouse and keyboard, whatever, because you have this as your external display with this app, you're able to use your S Pen, your Surface Pen, whatever, to really actually draw and become the true artist you want to in your design. So obviously every artist is different. Everybody has their different tastes and how they like to do things. But I know a lot of people love to have iPads, and especially when they're creating their art, this is a pretty much the same concept. You can actually go ahead and use full Photoshop on a Windows PC through this external display on your Galaxy Fold 3 or Surface Duo and actually have, with your S Pen, the same exact concept as let's say an Apple Pencil on your iPad. It's so fluent and so nice. And I would say one thing, the actual latency is so amazing. And that's something I love so freaking much. Is the latency actually works so good. There's no delays, no issues with that. It just feels so flush when you are typing, when you are making, when you are going ahead and actually drawing with this. It's so gorgeous. So I will say overall wise, we're going to be switching over back to the Surface Duo, guys, and taking a look at that and how that looks with this. But I will say so far, guys, it's absolutely amazing. Now, for the Surface Duo, is exactly the same as the last one, as the Fold 3. The only difference is it does look a little bit different when it comes to the actual, how overall it looks. Obviously, could you have that little hinge down the middle? It's not a big deal in my opinion, but it's definitely one of those things when you look at it, you're like, okay, maybe this is a little bit different. But again, like I said, it's not too much of a big deal. And if you want to, if that hinge is a big deal, you can also zoom in just like normal. Now, of course, you have more hinges and less aspect ratio when it comes to the Surface Duo than you do with the Galaxy Fold 3. So that's definitely something that's a negative. But if we go ahead and switch over and bring over Photoshop just like we did on the Galaxy Fold 3, it works exactly the same, but obviously this time you would be using your Surface Pencil rather than using your S Pen. And to be honest, I do like the Surface Pencil. I'm actually rocking the Surface Slim Pencil, so it's a little bit, I do like it a lot. But let's go ahead and see if we can actually get this to bam. And just like that, I know Surface Duo, there we go. I was gonna say, that might glitch out a little bit, but let's see. As you guys can see, you can do exact same thing as you did before. This time you have the hinge down the middle. That hinge definitely is not the greatest. So same concept with this. You use your Surface Pen to go ahead and do that. Now you can also, you can't actually erase. That kind of does suck. I wish you could actually switch to eraser right away, like you could normally using this phone, or you normally using this pen, but you can't do that. So that's definitely something which I wish they would add in the future. But for right now, it's actually really cool, utilizing the same exact way we use the last one. So again, like I said, just like normal, you can go ahead and do the exact same thing you did on the Galaxy Fold 3. So for example, let's say, I don't know, you're trying to go ahead and move over the SuperDisplay right here. Bam, you can actually have it on both displays. Zoom in, and as you guys can see, it does say, this is actually how you download the app. You go to SuperDisplay, superdisplay.app, and you download it right there. Just like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Just like before, you can zoom in. If you want to go ahead and put it into phone mode and touch mode, you can use it as a touch screen, or you can go ahead and switch over to lock. If you don't want to move it all, switch it back to crop mode. If you want to go ahead and crop in, crop out, different orientations. Absolutely amazing, guys. I will say overall, like I said before, this is an absolute amazing app. It is $10, so it is a little bit on the expensive end, but I think you get a lot for what you're paying for. So overall, I'm going to give it an absolute W. And I will say, if you use it with the Surface Pencil or if you use it with the S Pen, you are going to get even more out of your value. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.